Listen to Player 2. It's a video game review show because it's really hard to know what games you should play, and that's why sometimes you need a second opinion. My name is Joe, and I will be your player 1.
My name is Jeff, and I'll be your player 1.
And my name is Kim, and I will be your player 1.
Reviews are changing, everybody.
I hate change. I don't like it. The world is changing.
The world is a vampire.
And it's changing?
It's changing? It's in a cage?
Well,
No, that's the rat.
That's just the name of the article that's on Eurogamer right now, and I'm only pointing it out because I think it's
First
of all, germane to our show. It's not about Zelda. We're talking about Zelda today, but it's germane to our show for this one reason only. And Kim, Eurogamer is changing the way that they are reviewing games. They're going to a new system. Can you guess what the system is?
AI.
Kim, you know what's funny is like that guess, it's too accurate.
Yeah.
Why are both of you surprised whenever I say anything that's not fucking dumbass?
Well, no, it's because the thing that Kim, because you subverted my expectations. Like it's basically like I teed you up and I'm like, here's a T-ball. And I'm like, go ahead and go to town. And you're like, here I go. And then you just give me like a bowl of soup.
Which is still satisfying.
I'm not mad about it. It's just like, boy, this isn't what I was expecting.
Yeah, Kim doing something well, not what I was expecting.
So let's call that a strike 1. Kim, do you want to go for strike 2?
What the fuck?
Okay, so not AI, which that was a good guess.
It's amazing.
Well, based on some conversations that we've been having on the group chat, is that they're going to review the games before they come out.
No. Game reviewers already do that.
Yeah.
They're going to.
Wait, I don't get a guess?
Yeah, what the hell? He can have my strike 3.
That's messed up.
Right, yeah, pinch hitting for Kim is Jeff. Jeff?
It always felt weird to me that Kim, you're a baseball person. It always felt weird to me that like a team just got to be like, that guy who's out there, we get a different guy now.
But there are repercussions though. That guy that they take out,
he dies.
Isn't killed anymore. Yeah, they kill him.
They kill him immediately.
Straight.
They cut his head off.
He has to eat a whole baseball before he can go back on the field.
No, he has to go to the bullpen and they just throw baseballs at him as hard as they can.
Yeah, it's called toxic masculinity, Kim.
It's called the no cuts, no butts, coconuts, because that's what they hit him with.
Yeah,
so,
it's actually coconuts, yeah.
I'm thinking, are they sourcing their reviews out and then finding a median? Like, are they not reviewing them themselves? They're just going to like...
No,
they're gonna do some man on the street interviews.
Y'all were too serious. They're going to a system of stars, like they're doing star reviews instead of numbers.
It's like movies, like the movies.
Yeah, and
or thumbs.
That's not germane to the Legend of Zelda, which is what we're talking about today. It was just something that caught my eye because it was like, oh, Kim seems to think that the only way to review things is the stars. So that's probably I better.
Is that
bring
true,
that
Kim?
up.
Is that true?
I do review things with stars quite a bit.
And now so does Eurogamer. So
I think the review should be, it's only you get a star or you don't get a star. Do it like children in school. Like none of
happy face. Yeah, happy face, no happy face.
Bad games have to get the review signed by their mom.
Also, can we put out there like Eurogamer? Euro. Is there actually anything identified in their publication?
I was so sure you were just going to say Euro and then it would just be silent.
Euro.
Like European game. It's supposed
a European game-o, yeah.
I don't know. Do they get games like they're behind us or are they ahead of us? They get them earlier or they get them later? I don't understand.
Well, they get TV before us.
Their own TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
how close are they to GMT?
I don't know. When the good Doctor Who travels.
Mommy tits.
Yeah. I thought maybe they were going to start reviewing things based on the King's decision because now they did the coronation for King.
That's what Charles did. Day 1. There's going to be some changes around here. And he just points at the Eurogamer office.
He's never had the clout to change Eurogamer's scoring method, but now finally, as he wears the crown, God willing, he is ordained to do so.
Day 1, only USB-C. Day 2, Eurogamer, you're fucking up.
Yeah.
What did you give the new Star Wars? Not acceptable.
What is it?
It's this or the stocks.
4 out of 5. It would be nicer if those were stars.
Yep, hip. Anyway, today we're talking about The Legend of Zelda.
A game that is not out yet.
Now here's a quick guess for you gamers. Is it tears or tears?
I think it's either or both because
it's one or the other.
I never considered that it could be tears.
Yeah, but Kim, like, part of the game, if you've seen the trailers, is like big like chunks of land or like floating in the sky, like they were torn from the land. But tears, if you've watched the latest commercial for Did you watch the new commercial that released yesterday?
I have watched no commercials in maybe about 5 years if they weren't on Hulu as I was trying to watch Futurama.
He's like, well, I don't actually have a TV.
I haven't drank water for 17 years. People were at first kind of making fun of, but honestly watching it kind of pulled some heartstrings because it's just like a middle-aged dude who's like riding the train or bus to work, kind of looking out the window like, this sucks. And then he gets home and sort of like plays Zelda, and he sort of looks around the world a little bit differently because the world he explores in the game, he looks outside the window. He's just like, that's kind of out there.
He puts that plan that he had in place off for another day.
That one plan that we aren't going to discuss. Yeah.
Nope.
Not going to discuss it.
It's sort of like that's my relationship with games. You help me.
For the core demographic of what are known as gamers now. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I just want to be an adorable cartoon and fight things and win. Is that too much to ask?
It's not too much to ask, and I will allow it.
Kim's adventure into furrydom. Just want to be a cute little cartoon. The fighting things will come later.
So are we ready to go into talking about stuff related to?
Yeah, I have nothing.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I have nothing to read off of our drive.
You don't.
So
so like I don't know why you guys are holding this whole fucking thing up. It's Tears of the Kingdom, not Tears.
Because it's sad.
Because it's sad.
It was so sad.
Yeah, although if I'm going to be honest, the fact that is a debate seems like it was a deal that Nintendo cut with gaming publications so they'd have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Obviously, May 12th, that's the day that it comes out. Before we get into actually talking more about the game, I think it's important to just take note that on May 12th, Tears of the Kingdom is not the only game being released.
Really?
Yeah.
You think like a Katamari, it would just roll up all the other games that might come out at the same time.
I thought it would be worthwhile just for us to just take a little peek at some of the other releases that are going to be coming out on May 12th. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of companies who were like, Zelda, who? This is basically a short list of games that will be remembered as appalling failures, if at all. And I think that there's something notable about that.
Their release date for Tears of the Tears. TOTK. It's always been May 12th. So it's not even like at some point they were like, oh.
They changed the wedding date?
You know, there's some of these games that were like in the crossfire. It's friendly fire. It's not their fault. They didn't want to release against Zelda.
Now, I didn't look at Nintendo Switch because Nintendo Switch, quite honestly, gets shovelware almost every day. So it's not worth looking at.
I think it would be interesting because then those games are direct competitors on the same console. But
they're more like, they're not really competitors, Jeff, so much as they are barnacles.
Yeah. Well,
they're direct barnacles.
What's coming out on the PS5 that day? Because that's the true gamer's console, is the PS5.
So here's what's fascinating about they are doing their damnedest to make sure to have some level of buffer. Here's some games that are coming out on May the 11th, the day before. After May the 11th, PlayStation just kind of takes a break for a couple of days and just releases nothing.
They got Final Fantasy next month, so they're
coming for that ass. Here's a game that's coming out that maybe you've heard of. It's a little game called Another Fisherman's Tale.
Another one?
Yeah, we thought one was enough and we were wrong.
You know what? I knew that they couldn't get enough of the story that I needed in just Fisherman's Tale. I'm glad that they're finally going to expand on the lore. They simply have to. Now, well, with that title also, I'm hoping that if there is a third one, it's called Yet Another Fisherman's Tale.
What if it's not? What if it's not a sequel?
You're never going to believe what this is. Embark on a new mind-bending adventure in Another Fisherman's Tale. The sequel to the award-winning, I'm certain, A Fisherman's Tale. Mm-hmm. Immerse yourself in poetic storytelling as you explore new mind-bending VR puzzle mechanics.
Oh, it's VR only?
I know, right?
I'm sorry, wait. Did they say mind-bending twice?
Yes, Kim, they did. They were hoping you wouldn't notice, but you did.
They hit the enter button to space them out quite a bit in the original release, but
oh yeah, they double spaced after the period.
Yeah, they're like, there's enough space here for them to forget the first time we said it, but there wasn't.
Now here's another game coming out on the PS5.
Now, these are just PS5s or are they multi-platform?
I'm just saying PlayStation ecosystem because everything's kind of double. And I guess this one is PS4. Guess what this game's called though?
It could be anything, you fucking moron.
Let me try.
Yeah, give it a shot. Games only have a couple of names.
A game that's going to come out on the 12th or the 11th?
The 11th. They're hoping to steal from the 12th, basically.
Okay. Oh yeah. So this is going to take their thunder. I'm going to say it's called Tap nuts.
I'm sorry. Okay, Kim, I need some more info about Tap Nuts, if you
Okay,
could.
so Tap Nuts is a simulation game.
Okay.
Is it VR or is it not VR?
Of course, it's VR.
Okay.
Where you try to. It's very similar, but not derivative of Untitled Goose Game.
Okay.
Where you try to slyly walk up to somebody and then tap them in the nuts.
Just like a gentle tap or like a flick?
Just a tap.
That is the kind of like killer app VR needs. And honestly, if that was available, I would fucking get it. That sounds entertaining.
When they came out with the Power Glove for the NES, if they had Tap Nuts,
The Power Glove walks so Tap Nuts could run.
I just imagined flicking Mario's nuts, because Mario would be like an unlockable
Mario's
character.
a character, you know it.
Oh yeah.
You could flick. I mean, with the Power Glove, that was a glove. So you could tap nuts on that.
Anyway,
all right.
no.
So we agree that tomorrow it is Tap Nuts is coming out tomorrow, right?
Unfortunately, no, but it was a solid guess. The game.
I don't get the guess? I don't get the- I don't
Another
get the
game.
guess.
Do you want to guess, Jeff? I just like combining you two, amalgamating you into a single Katamari of comedy.
So I'm thinking that I'm thinking tomorrow's going to be some sort of sports game, but not your regular sports game. It's going to be like
pickleball.
It's going to be like pickleball, or it's going to be
shit, Kim, that's great.
Or they're bringing back the Razor Scooter series.
Ooh,
that's a good one actually. No, this other game that's coming out for PS5 that I found, Demon Skin.
Ew.
Okay. Is it a cooking game?
No. I wish. Demon Skin - brutal hack and slash set in a rough, dark fantasy world.
Rough.
Ooh.
Which combines unique combat mechanics, RPG, and fighting game elements.
This sounds like one of the descriptions I read on itch.io for an erotic game that's trying to like sell itself as a real
Sound
game.
legit.
Here's the now this reeks of desperation. It combines unique combat mechanics, RPG and game fighting elements, and even some platformer features.
Ooh.
Okay.
But wait, there's more.
With the flexible combat system, player can come up with their own unique tactic by skillfully combining stances with various types of weapons to achieve the ultimate efficiency in battle. So that sounds like vanilla ice cream.
I'm looking at screenshots of this.
Yeah, what's your take?
Does it look like Bloodborne?
Well, because here's the thing: is Demon Skin. If it's the same one, it's coming out to PS5 or 4 now. It's been out on Steam for a while.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
There's a screenshot that looks ripped out of Legacy of Kain.
Yeah.
And then one of the earlier screenshots looks like, what's the one Genesis game where Altered Beast? It looks like Altered Beast.
Yeah, it does look like Altered Beast. Actually, that's a solid pull, Jeff, and you are completely correct.
Yeah, I'm a real gamer over here.
Do you want to hear some games coming out from my system, the Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the babies playing tomorrow?
Yeah, what's on Fast Pass or whatever the hell you call it?
This is a game called Dogs Donuts.
Wait, is it like a RPG where you...
Kim, I would like to know what your thought of an RPG is.
A role-playing game?
Yeah, but what do you play? What is the role that you play? Is
And
it
how does donuts
you're
work
a
into
dog
it?
that has a donut shop. It's like Diner Dash, but it's a dog in a donut shop.
It's a dog in a donut shop, like a bull in a china shop. A dog in a donut shop.
Kim
the
is
cuter
like
version.
a secret game jam master. It's like you're a dog that runs a donut shop. It's like, yeah, there's a video game in there somewhere.
And it's cute. Aesthetically, it'd be adorable.
The game is called Dogs Donuts. It is a physics-based game.
Mm.
And here's what it says: place the machines, make the adjustments, and try to feed this adorable husky crazy for donuts.
It's a husky. It's a husky.
So you're feeding the
Feeding a dog.
dog's donut.
Yeah. Now here's another one. Here's another one coming out for my system.
Oh shit! It's cute. It's a cute game.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It is pretty cute.
Now here's
damn.
another one coming out. It's coming out on actually a couple of systems, including the old PlayStation. There's also an Xbox, and this one's called, Lord have mercy, this game is called Tourist Bus Simulator.
Okay, you say that like it's bad, but I will tell you those simulator games, like those are some well-crafted games. You're talking like you didn't enjoy Farming Simulator.
I love
really
Industrial Farming Simulator.
Deeply disappointed, Joe, because I thought you said tourist bust simulator.
Oh, like I'm touching breasts in
Or
another
like,
country.
Abroad.
like you're just, this is what, remember you're on this beach and they're like, check it out, tits.
Is that what your first experience was, Kim? Or was that you at some point? Are you drawing from memory?
Never been me.
Tourist Bus Simulator. Create your own bus empire on Fuerteventura now. Thanks to the economy system and the new Tourist Bus Simulator, you will be able to found your own bus company on the popular holiday island Fuerteventura.
Oh, nice.
Your offer comprises scheduled routes, hotel shuttles, sightseeing tours, and furthermore, you also have to manage your fleet, including vehicle care and maintenance, employee planning, and if you're successful, you can continuously expand your fleet.
Forever, until you die as a real human being. Well, here's the thing, and you're saying these, and I'm searching them on Steam, because obviously most of these probably are on Steam.
Obviously, that's how it works.
This game came out on Steam in 2018, so really, we're getting some sloppy seconds years later.
Yeah, these are kind of like the the Asylum versions of popular games that are coming out on the 12th, because they know for a fact if someone tries to release something like real.
Oh yeah, it'll be like anybody who died the same day as the Pope.
Yeah, good luck having a funeral. Now on Steam, which I like to think of as the Wild West, games that are releasing on the 12th, there is basically a lot of stuff that's like, this doesn't even deserve news. The one that like is currently on my screen is a game called How a Retired Strategist Saved the Country.
Okay.
How a Retired Strategist Saved the Country is a real-time strategy sim game where you manage resources to develop your country. The player is asked by elves, beastmen, etc. Various heroines ask you for help, and then you take command of their country's army. And you may be wondering, hey, that was kind of a weird diversion when I said heroines, right?
Yeah, it seemed you didn't really go into that.
As it turns out,
is this a hint time?
Yeah.
Okay. Something about the way it was written, like it was the first time this person put this many words down in their text editor in their entire life, made me think this might be a game that was crafted by somebody who's gonna
feel it in your bones.
Who's gonna wear their fetishes on their sleeve and also in this code.
Here's the thing. Visual novels are immune to the recession that Tears of the Kingdom is going to bring upon the gaming industry.
Well, because a lot of them are going to scratch a little of the same itch by being like, "Oh, it's a fantasy world." But can I click this this generic anime character enough to get them to take off their shirt?
And the answer is, of course, yes.
Yeah, you don't even read the text. Just skip text on all of it.
Click, click, click.
Yeah, just click, 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 click.
It's just like the plot of most hentai games is placeholder, 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 placeholder. They're skipping past this, placeholder, placeholder. The end. That's the thing I want us to just keep in mind is like the world is bigger than Tears of the Kingdom, or so we thought. It seems like there's a lot of trash coming out in the next 2 days.
Yeah, why not just bump it to next week? I don't know.
That's what PlayStation decided to do. They're just like, we're taking a vacay. We'll be back when you guys are done. And now we can talk about the real shit. Tears of the Kingdom is a third-person action-adventure game from Nintendo. And you're adventuring around in the same world as Breath of the Wild. If you want to do the quick blender, I'm stealing this from Griffin McElroy, Elden Ring, and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Right now, as we record this, it is May the 10th.
It's a balmy 68 degrees outside.
Our show is a video game review show, meaning that we look at the reviews of other gamers in order to know whether or not we want to get a certain game. It's kind of that's the niche. That's how we've changed reviews, Game-o. Tears of the Kingdom isn't coming out until Friday, and also the review embargo is such that there aren't even official reviews available until 5 a.m. like that morning, I think.
There's a lot of features and stuff of like people still gushing over it, unofficially.
That said, we can still do our job because the simple fact is, whether or not we are going to buy The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and also by we, I mean you, the listener.
Everyone.
You already know.
Yeah.
This episode and any review is not, there's no one on the fence about this.
Yeah.
They're either buying it or they've made a point to not buy it.
They could tell me that the game is going to be $200 and I would be like,
I'll get it eventually.
Right.
Yeah, maybe not this payday, but next payday then.
Installments? Like,
yeah, and then GameStop's like, hell yeah, you can. And so I decided that if official channels wouldn't help me, Reddit would provide.
Are there reviews on Reddit somewhere?
Not in the way that you're thinking.
Okay. Is there a time traveler who's come back to tell us how the game is?
This is from r/Zelda.
You didn't answer my question. Oh God.
I don't have to. This is from r/Zelda by user Anthrobat. I played Tears of the Kingdom for 10 hours. Ask me anything.
Okay, so this is somebody who's breaking NDA.
They are probably dead now.
Yeah, Nintendo does not. Nintendo, the company that we all think of as like a hug that you get from like a corporation.
Yeah,
they will.
Nintendo.
Fuck, Jeff. That was too hurtful in how accurate it was.
Yeah, they will ruin your life if you slight them in any way, shape, or form. You can't go and do like a tournament of Smash Brothers because they will shut that shit down.
So there's an Ask Me Anything from this gentleman. They were actually kind enough to put their responses in word form because anyone else who got an early copy used it as a way to like force engagement with their YouTube videos, which is just genuine class. Not Anthrobat. Anthrobat was actually trying to be like a source of information for the community.
Yeah, it's helping us.
Yeah, helping us to do our show. Now,
thanks, Anthro.
Primarily, they know that we are doing this show and we need.
They were like, I'm helping the most important podcasters.
Yeah, these guys are going to need reviews.
But they can't exist. So here's what I will do. I will offer myself as tribute. Nintendo has sent the ice climbers to bury me, but I will provide. People did ask them anything. And we're going to just talk a little bit about the things they asked for a little bit. And then we'll look at some other stuff. Does it sound like a show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fucking better be.
Hope so. We're 35 minutes in so far.
Question 1. I'm going to, everything pairs down. Question 1. This is from user Ratio01. I need to know what exact is up with the Hylian hood. In some footage it's up, and in other footage it's down. Is there some sort of toggle? Is it only for certain armor? Or do you have to get an entirely separate piece for the version that's actually on Link's head? Also, pet dog.
This person could ask anything.
And this was the first one.
Does he wear his baseball cap, Bill out front or Bill in the back?
Yeah.
I'm going to read the response because you guys are making some good points. They've wasted their chance. They've wasted their wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Response. Hylian hood is the same as in Breath of the Wild. I also don't think you can pet dogs.
So this guy also wasted his chance when he didn't get the opportunity to, like, he doesn't know whether or not you can pet dogs. He played it for 10 hours.
Yeah, 10 hours.
Didn't try to pet a single dog.
I don't really know if I trust his information now if that's not something you test in the first 10 hours.
There might not be dogs.
Oh, is that what the tears are about? All the dogs are gone?
Oh, yeah, there's no dogs.
From the first game.
Are there dogs in Zelda?
What do you care more about? The dogs or the hat?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Wrong. Ratio 01. But then how is it down in every piece of footage regarding the champion's tunic, though? And I think the inventory sprite for it is down as well, based off the footage from the recent gameplay previews. Is it a toggle?
This is basically turned into like a court session now where the person who said they played for 10 hours is on the witness stand. And then Ratio 01 is up there in their face like, so based on this other evidence, and then they point to an IGN video across the room.
Exhibit H for hat.
So they don't believe the information. So they're asking a question. They were provided an answer, which I will say the answer wasn't exact as you would hope to get. But now they're basically refuting it at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like you haven't really played for 10 hours.
Sounds just like what a gamer would say in response to anything.
Sounds like a real Sony crony. Now, in case you were worried that this conversation had ended, Anthrobat responds, the hood is a headpiece, while the champion's tunic is a body piece. Again, same as Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
You can equip it if you want.
Or not.
I personally don't, because I don't think it doesn't look good with my armor.
Yeah, I want Link to look like how I imagine myself.
It's the same stats as Breath of the Wild. Now, guys.
Yeah, that should be the end of the conversation, right?
Ratio 01. I think you might have misunderstood, you who played the game. I meant that in all the marketing material, and guys, do you know what marketing material is? Because if you don't, Ratio's got you. Parentheses, the trailers, ads, gameplay previews, and official art. Link mostly wears the champion's tunic with the Hylian hood. The Hylian hood, however, is down. Someone's mad I'm saying Hylian.
Yeah, it's Hylian.
Yeah.
His head is exposed. Also, like I said, I believe the inventory sprite for the hood, it's in a down state. Second paragraph. In that recent ad, though, there's a shot where Link is wearing the Hylian hood with the Hylian tunic, and the hood, capital H hood is up.
And when I watched the tie-in episode of Succession where they were playing the game, you could catch in the reflection on one of the characters' foreheads that he has the hood down.
And when I listened to the recent remastered Legend of Zelda remix of Little John and the East Side Boys, Put Yo Hood Up, that's what they were talking about, the toggle for the hood. Because of that, I've been wondering how the hood works visually, not mechanically. I understand what you mean, but I'm not asking how it functions as an armor piece.
I can't come unless the hood is down.
If the I'm just trying to find out if the visual of the hood being either up or down works, if it's like a toggle or something.
I will die if I do not find the information that I need.
Before I go on, and I want everyone on Earth listening to this to know, this is not a review, and it also isn't even, I would argue, important. But doesn't it have the same energy of the kinds of things we look at on our program?
It's everything that those reviewers would want because they get to respond to the person like in live time.
Anthrobat, the hoodie is something you can buy. It's a separate piece from the champion's tunic. No new shenanigans. The champion's tunic, on the other hand, has received a design change compared to Breath of the Wild. I haven't unlocked it yet, but it's the same as the box art. Ratio 01. Bro.
I swear to Christ.
I think you still don't really understand what I'm saying.
When was that comment? When did what day?
These were all 7 days ago.
Okay, so this is
back and forth.
So this is a conversation that happened about a thing which would be available 9 days later.
And also, like I said, this person wasted their wish because they could have asked about literally anything, and they asked, "Hey, this hat."
Yeah.
This hat, though.
What about? Listen. No, but listen. This hat, listen, this hat.
Yeah, at this point, I'd be like, no one gets anything. Like, we're done. No one gets to have any questions anymore. This guy ruined it for everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to invest so much time and energy into the hat.
I'm going to jail for this. Do you realize that?
There's a samurai at my door for doing this. And guess what? You asked about a hat.
Yeah.
So I'm glad my life meant something.
Over and over again. He just kept saying it's the same as Breath of the Wild. And the guy was just like, no.
Ratio knows in their heart it can't be the same. You have to make your own truth per ratio 01. That is their thought.
If you keep asking for the answer you want, you get it.
Yeah. You'll get
that's what my 5-year-old thinks.
Yeah. You'll be placated eventually by Kim, a great mom. Dinosaurs are still real, honey.
They are. They have to be. Just go to bed, for God's sake.
Oh, no, I love telling them dinosaurs are dead. They're all dead.
When you were born, all of them, they were here. We have pictures, and you should just Photoshop some photos of you and a dinosaur. Be like, as soon as you popped out, all of a sudden they were snapped like Thanos.
Thanos was like, it's Pip or dinosaurs, can't have both.
Well, that's what you use when Pip's like, you don't love me, and be like, I gave up dinosaurs for you, Pip.
There were dinosaurs, man.
I had one.
I chose you over the dinosaurs. Hey, you're welcome. Go wash your hands. Row your boat 2 times. How about another Ask Me Anything comment?
Yes, please. Give me a good one.
Not that I understand the purpose of Hat Man, but now I want to fight them.
Hat Man. Hat Man.
This is from Link Between Worlds.
Oh, this is a real fan.
Does the exploration feel the same as Breath of the Wild? Are the rewards similar in the sense of Korok, Shiner, Chest? Question 1. Question 2. Has anything surprised you compared to Breath of the Wild, that's different? I don't know how to read that. Like,
has anything
surprised you? Is it different? Like, or anything that is different?
Does it work the same in this way? Is there something that's different that you're like, whoa?
Yeah. Finally, are you having fun? Now, this is a 3-word response, but the story's in the punctuation.
Mm-hmm.
Does the exploration feel the same as Breath of the Wild? Yes.
Wait, how many S's?
1. How many E's though?
I want to say 4.
Yeah, actually, exactly 4.
Hell yeah,
that's too many E's.
There's too many E's. You don't elongate the E's in a yes. You make the S.
It's like an excitement.
Yeah, it's yeast.
Now, has anything surprised you to Breath of the Wild? The response to this, yeah.
Okay, I think you know what? Did this one come after the hat conversation? Because I understand why they're responding this way.
He's just done. So over it.
And then finally, are you having fun? Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wow. What? This guy.
So there's a lot in all of those.
Yeah.
There must be, because it's like, these seem like negative responses to me. If I may be so bold. Has anything surprised you? Yes, with an exclamation point. That tells me it's fun. When you respond with, yeah, with an ellipses, it's like, oh, this was a bad surprise. This was a surprise you didn't care for.
Well, they don't show you in the trailer that halfway after you do the introductory mission, you have to play as Captain Falcon for the rest of the game. Much like Metal Gear Solid 2, it does the switcheroo. You will play as Raiden for the remainder of Tears of the Kingdom.
People are still mad about that switcheroo.
Yeah, I love it now in retrospect.
Yeah, it was a really smart switcheroo. This is from user I Love Folklore.
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to Spinch and Spinch?
What?
Did you talk to Spinch and Spinch?
S-P-I-N-C-H?
S-P-I-N-C-H, yes.
Okay.
Did you talk to Spinch and Spinch? Response, I don't know
What?
who that is. I don't recognize those names.
In real life, I don't know who that is.
End of conversation.
Okay.
I don't know who. Okay, so then no, I did not.
No follow-up questions. Yeah, what if he says no, you can't go beyond that. I don't know who that is. That's obviously a part of the game that's you don't get to in the 10 hours.
Is this game add more story into the Breath of the Wild, like more cutscenes, lore, etc.?
Is it just says yes?
Yeah, it just says yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Is he?
These people don't know also how to ask the right question.
Yeah, they don't.
You don't ask yes. One of the biggest things is you never ask a yes and no question. When I was working in sports, the questions would always be like, so this thing that I'm thinking of or I'm wondering about, can you talk about that a little bit? And then you open it up. Or you say, tell me about this. You don't ask a yes or no question because you're going to get a yes and no answer and that's useless.
No, they're all asking yes or no questions.
They're all asking yes or no questions.
Spinch and Spinch it's a horse. It's a guy that rides a horse and his name is Spinch and his horse's name is also Spinch.
What are the odds?
Yeah. And he kind of presumes that Link should change his horse's name to Spinch.
I'm assuming this is a Breath of the Wild character they're hoping
Breath of the Wild character.
Okay. It seems like everyone just wants more Breath of the Wild shit.
Yeah, which I do. That's what I want.
That's fine. But like, I think that's an expectation is if the game is like a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, asking things like, does it do some of these things like Breath of the Wild? I think the safe answer would be, yeah, probably. It's the same fucking engine. It's the same world.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Here's another fun yes or no question they asked Anthrobat. Again, risking his life.
Mm-hmm. With every answer, they're tracking his IP a little bit closer.
With every answer, there's a grenade coming ever closer in that game of Battleship. The only important question from the POV of TOTK is AOC canon.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
You know what's fucked up? That is what immediately popped in mind. Is there a Zelda game that can be abbreviated
Age of Calamity.
Age of Calamity, yeah.
Age of Calamity.
Which is non-canon from what I understand, because I watched a video recently about Zelda lore.
The response is I highly doubt it.
Okay, so you're not going to give us an actual definitive answer. You're just throwing in your editorializing.
This is what's even better, Jeff. They asked a yes or no question that literally can't be answered yes or no.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's a theory.
This is why it's one of those things where gamers are like, oh, game journalists, they're fucking awful. You guys don't even know how to ask one question right. Yeah. So maybe you should fuck right off. I hate gamers. I hate.
We all hate gamers.
I hate gamers. I hate them so much.
Not a fan of gamers, but we need their opinions, Jeff. And you know what else we need? We need to take a quick break, come back, and look at some Tears of the Kingdom stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you cowards ready to be even more excited about Tears of the Kingdom?
Look, I don't think that we could be more excited now that we know about the hat.
Yeah, now that I know about the hat. Well, what's the horse guy's name?
Spinch.
Now that I don't know Spinch and Spinch. I will say that all of these people who are asking these awful questions do make me want to play it less.
That's interesting to me.
Not that I think the game is bad, but just now I'm associating stupidity with this game.
You know what's fascinating? And now that you brought it up is if it's a hype thread or it's someone who was excited to play the game, that makes me hate it. But if it's someone who hates the game in review,
oh yeah, I'm down.
God, that makes me want to play it.
Yeah, so far it's been the opposite for us so far.
In r/Nintendo Switch, they did the very brave, smart thing of they created a hype and speculation mega thread.
How many threads have to be or comments to ordain it as a mega thread?
1,000.
Okay. You're just making that up?
No, because you have 1,000 bytes. It's a megabyte.
Oh.
That's what mega means.
You might be just pulling this out of your ass, but it makes sense to me.
I'm in a computer class now.
We got to chapter 4, day 14. They talked about megabytes finally.
Now this is a good thread because it's a lot of people just saying shit about the game that they didn't play yet, and they're very excited about it. But I like their excitement. If the Ask Me Anything led us astray, I believe this will bring us back to the fold.
Okay.
Okay?
Get me excited about this game again, gamers.
Yeah, come on, man.
Gamers,
let me be your boy again.
My name is JoJo, and I am running for your boy of District 25, Eric HD 97.
Oh, he's high def.
From 97, though. It's not very good.
That's not really great.
No, it's not particularly high definition.
Now, remember, this is a hype thread about the video game Tears of the Kingdom. Just got married on Saturday, and my husband and I are debating if 2 copies are going to be needed. Sure, we could take turns, but where's the fun in that?
Kim is the only married person here.
Kim, you're married.
This thought must have passed through your brain at some point or another.
You take turns, man.
Yeah, because it's not the copies of the game that's the issue. It's the additional Switch.
You would have to have an additional Switch.
Well, assumedly they have an additional Switch because they're not asking if they need to buy a secondary Switch.
No, I just think that like you should enjoy playing the game and watching your significant other play the game.
Or knowing that that's on so you can just kind of like fall asleep and no monster isn't going to get you.
Exactly.
Kim, as the one married person in this chat, would you say that if you don't just buy one copy and then take turns, that you are doomed to be divorced within 5 years because you don't really love each other?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Okay.
I feel like that's like one of the things that they mention in the vows. I don't remember them exactly because it's been a couple of years, but I'm pretty sure they mentioned a certain number of switches.
Yeah.
Having to hold in one Switch until you get a second one.
Well, it's a modern marriage because we don't need to combine our bank accounts. We don't need to combine. We can still have separate, living quarters, and we don't have to.
You change your last name, but you don't change your gamer tag.
No, you never change because then you lose your points.
Yeah.
And then who are you?
No one.
Big old nobody.
Okay. How about another hyper response?
I hope it's actually hyping it up.
This is going to be a good one, I think. Or not. I don't know. This is from Slayer522. The next 10 days is going to so surreal. I think they meant to say gonna be so surreal, but it was so surreal they didn't have time to input a verb.
Yeah, it's like they were running by.
Wait, is that it?
No, there's more.
Okay.
6 years ago, I was in Iceland when the Switch / Breath of the Wild went up for pre-sale. Now, Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and I'll again be in Iceland next week with my boyfriend. Everyone is in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Methinks that this thread doth protest too much. Again, and I'll be in Iceland next week with my boyfriend, getting to play each night as we drive around the country.
Oh, that's a commercial right there.
Just so unbelievably stoked for the whole thing. I'll also be making some rupee cookies starting tomorrow to celebrate. Happy release week to all.
This is like one of those people when Facebook first came out that was like, oh, just got home from a run. So exhausted. Gonna take a shower, and then takes a picture of whatever they're eating. And like, you're just like, dude, I live next, like we're in the same dormitory. You have not left your room.
Every time this person posts about how much they like Zelda, there's also a screenshot of like their Strava app that shows their most recent bike excursion. Really excited for Zelda, and then it's just like a screenshot of like Map My Run right beneath it.
Jeff, that is the best content I think I've ever heard of. That's very, very, very good.
But that's what this person's doing. Like, so little of that is about Zelda, and so much of it is about their upcoming trip and the cookies they're baking.
Yeah, none of these hype machines are relatable in most ways. Like, they're very much just like, here's a personal story about me and my relationship with the Zelda release that is so specific to me. I'm not really hyping the game up. I'm just going to let you know what I'll be doing, a person who you don't know in real life on the day of Zelda's release.
This is how hype is made, Jeff. This is how hype is born, and this is how it walks and runs.
Well, it shows, I guess, that we're all connected by Zelda.
We're all connected by Zelda. In Zelda's bosom. Nice.
Because Zelda's the girl, from what I understand.
Zelda's the girl. It's the Legend of Zelda. She's barely fucking in it.
Yeah. Well,
it's not the story. It's not Zelda's world. It's the Legend of Zelda. If she was just like around all the time, it wouldn't be very legendary.
It's like How I Met Your Mother.
It's always there on the periphery, and then you get to the end, and there is really no Zelda. There never was.
Zelda died? Or is that what happened?
I don't know what happened. I don't think the kids were real. I don't even know what that show happened to do at the end.
Yeah, I watched, I don't know, way too many seasons of it, and then was just like, okay, I need to go live my life now.
Did the writer's strike in 2007 affect that show? Because otherwise, there's no real excuse for it. They talk
I have
about
no
Lost being a real unfortunate bystander of the writer's strike, but they don't talk about How I Met Your Mother. And I'm going to find out that they don't.
We all don't know how the mother was met. We know something happened and people were real mad about it. Ending of How
the pause was the most appropriate.
That was great, Kim. I appreciate you so goddamn much. Do we want another hype? Do a little more hype.
End it for me. Come on.
Okay.
I gotta find a good one then, because there's so many, and they're all so like fucking weird. Okay, here we go. This is from HG 1998. This is from yesterday. Got my Switch in February. That's a wild start. Got my Switch in February. Completed Breath of the Wild to a fairly well degree in early April.
What does that mean, a fairly well degree?
I don't know.
What percentage?
I guess, yeah, what's your percent? Did you
How
get
many
all the
Korok
belts?
seeds did you do? Yeah.
Yeah, show me an any percent Korok run. Only thing I'm definitely missing are the various place names on the map and a few side quests. I've also not played any of the mini games. I did ponder whether I should get all 900 seeds, but I did in the end. Yes, I used a map. Well, my copy of Tears of the Kingdom is pre-ordered. It should be available for pickup on Friday, right as the store opens. I hope.
Just here's what you got to do to give these people some humanity they sorely lack. Imagine this person is, I don't know, at a GameStop, and this is like them trying to talk to a girl, and this is what they say.
That's hard, Jeff.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's what's sad.
Here's a little bit
Let me send Zelda out of the room for a second. I gotta just tell you guys this thing that I thought of as a drive home, because I like nerdy shit. You guys know this. You know that like thing that like people who are into D&D do, where they say like actually.
I have heard of this. Yeah.
So, and I cannot verify this, but I am confident that no one has ever heard one of my people do this and then said, that made me so horny that they did that.
And you know it in your heart. It's your truth.
It's my truth.
Yeah.
That's it. That was all I had. I didn't have a bit there. It was just a thing I thought of.
Well,
and I had to share it, because if not with you guys, then to whom?
I think this episode, which
is the best one we've made so far.
I think what it may be lacking in bits, it's making up in us having genuine reactions to things that people are saying on the internet.
I'm deeply upset. I mean, like, you think that at 36 years you'd stop like having your head spun around every time somebody was like, "Sir, but excuse me, bro, I think you are missing. Let me say the exact same thing that I just said and see if you respond differently."
In the chorus of reviews for this game, there will be one discordant note, and it will be us saying, this person's really talking about a hat.
Yeah, they're really going off about this hat. They want to know, is it on, is it off, and how? What is it, boob physics? What are the hat physics?
Yeah, what are the hat physics on this? How many flops?
How many flops is that hat?
Yeah, give me the hat. Why didn't he just say that? Why didn't he ask for the hat physics?
Thinking about it, because I want to make sure that I'm being empathetic, because my doctor says, my therapist,
you need to work on that.
You need to work on that.
Have some empathy.
Is that it is nice, or it must be nice to, because when I look at a video game, there's a lot of things that have to work in it for me to be happy.
For you to get off.
For me to be able to get as hard as I need to get. I need a lot of different things to work. It must be nice to just know, I just need this one thing.
All I gotta know is how that hat work.
Yeah.
Though?
And if it works, everything else, that's just extra. That's just frosting. The hat's the cake for this person. And I wish that I had that.
The frosting is usually on top of the thing you like.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like the hat.
So you've described an upside down cake.
Which exists.
Yeah, it does.
Pineapple.
Yeah. Also, is this episode called The Hat is a Cake?
I think we're going to call it, we talk a lot about a hat.
Yeah.
And then in parentheses, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Hat chat.
The one where we talk about a hat for 30 minutes. Oh my God. Thank you for joining us on this, an episode of Listen to Player 2. And let's be perfectly clear. You were going to buy, you had already, we told you at the start, you had already decided what you were going to do.
Yeah. Either free will doesn't exist. It's been decided.
But if you're listening to this, we didn't affect your opinion.
Yeah.
No.
Your finger was already on the button.
Yeah, they're already dead.
Yeah. In every alternate universe, you've pulled the trigger. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Looper.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any recommendations? Anything that someone should play? Listen, are there any games that may have wisely decided to not release on May 12th?
Well, look, I heard this game about a dog that runs a donut shop that sounds pretty good.
That did sound good.
Weird, Kim, as I have been thinking about it as we've been talking.
Yeah.
What are you doing it?
I don't think you even run a donut shop on the one that we saw. That's unfortunate because now that game's an F for me. It's a 1-star per Eurogamer, I guess.
Could have been a diner dash with dogs, but now it's just Angry Birds with dogs and donuts.
Customers could have been different dogs.
And
Dotson comes in, wants a hot dog, you know?
Oh
my God, Jeff.
Would have been cute. Could have made it.
Stop. These great ideas.
I've got a strong recommendation.
Wait, hold on. Is it Final Fantasy?
It's not Final Fantasy. I mean, I always recommend Final Fantasy, and the new patch is dropping. They didn't drop the patch this week because they're not dumb.
They're not stupid. They're like, we want our company to exist next week.
No, there is a game that Danielle and I have been live streaming called The Mortuary Assistant.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
It is one part simulation as an actual mortuary assistant, doing the things you would do to a cadaver to embalm them.
Cool.
And on top of that, however,
this is allowed on Twitch?
it is. Yeah. Well, they're not naked.
Okay.
It's a little intense at times, but yeah, it's not naked. It's no.
Wait, do they show feet?
They do show feet. God, you got to see the toes on these
I don't
feet.
think
They
you're
are
allowed
long.
to show feet on Twitch.
I don't want to see. No, thank you.
They're long toes, but so you're one part you're working on the cadavers and getting them ready for embalming. The other part, one of them is possessed by a demon, and you got to figure out which one and do a ritual to burn that one to kill the demon. While as you are working on these bodies, a bunch of wild stuff happens, like. Basically, the demon's trying to stop you from figuring out which of the bodies is the demon's body.
I really like this trend of games that are like, let's really focus on one thing super hard, and also there's a very severe horror element.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like procedural stuff of being the assistant. I like. At the same time, it's got that little phasmophobia.
Yeah,
twist.
That's cool.
Where it's like it's different every time, where different things happen.
I've been enjoying the tiki-taka of them.
Yeah. They're fun to mess around with because it is sort of almost not sandboxy. You don't have a lot of control over different things. Like you kind of have to go through the checklist of stuff. So the mortuary assistant, I think it's like $25 on Steam. I would say try and get it on sale just because like it has maybe 8 hours of gameplay. 25 isn't bad, but it's very funny and it's not always scary.
It sounds like it doesn't overstay its welcome.
It doesn't overstay its welcome, and you can kind of just go back and dive in again when you feel like experiencing some of the stuff it does. So I would recommend that game.
Nice.
And if you want to see it, there's VODs that are releasing starting tomorrow, which is the 11th, on our YouTube. So those are coming out.
Mortuary's Assistant.
The Mortuary Assistant, singular.
Kim, do you have anything?
No, I suggested the dog game.
Yeah, obviously.
Good.
Dogviously.
Yeah. No, obviously. I have just found out that Darkest Dungeon 2 is now available on Steam, so I may die doing that. But I know we did talk about it on our show as sort of in the fucking twisted, funny way that we do. Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I very much enjoy that game, and I'm willing to say, like, for a Star Wars anything, especially a Star Wars like video game, this is a pretty damn good one. Because honestly, and I know this is gonna sound weird, it's actually just like a cowboy video game. You're like a cowboy. You go around.
See, I can get behind that.
Yeah, you have a horse, you ride around, you're a cowboy. You fight bandits, you're a cowboy.
You spittoon.
You spit.
Yeah.
There's a fucking outfit that you wear in this game that's just like, you're a samurai now. Like that's it. Like that's the whole outfit. You're a samurai. It's a good game. And I know it's expensive, but I do recommend it. So
I plan on getting it eventually.
Jedi Survivor, catch it.
Catch these hands.
Catch these hands.
And catch Jedi Survivor.
And
catch the what, Kim?
Beast in the Trap.
Did that make the recording?
I don't know if that made the recording.
Did we talk about that? Who did Bees in the Trap in the recording? I don't even know.
Anyway.
Here's one final hype because that's the rule of our show.
Yes, sir.
This is from Leomar. Leomar91. Help! I live in Nicaragua. By chance, my sister is going on a 2-day trip to Miami and she comes back Friday midnight. What are the chances of physical copies being sold out?
Not that high of a chance. Video games are pretty much just available. Go to Best Buy.
Yeah, they're a renewable resource. We're fine.
Yeah, but I still don't quite understand unless you're getting something extra why you pre-order things, unless it's like a very small game. It's Zelda. It's like water. It's going to be everywhere.
This person also says where their sister's going to be, so I don't think that's a smart thing to do.
No, don't dox your sister.
Yeah, I'm not going to dox this person's sister. They doxed them themselves, but I'm not going to dox them.
My sister's going to this very specific hotel in Nicaragua.
Here's a list of her fears. Please help her.
Yeah, she better get me Zelda. Ooh, yeah.
My name is JoJo.
My name is Jeff.
And my name is Kim, and this has been Listen to Player 2, and Zelda's hood is my real mom and dad.
But does it go down?